Thanks for staying up late and welcome to New Mexico Football Friday. We have your pigskin fix for the next half hour. Cleveland tries to continue its perfect storm in the battle against Volcano Vista in our game of the week. Jared has that later. But first, on the show tonight, El Dorado Eagles drumline is in the house. That is the scoreboard. The drumline is in the house. The X-Men St. Pius Sergeants try to stay undefeated 9 weeks in. Los Lunas and Berlin play for the Chili Roaster, and Matadors versus the Bears. As you see all those scores, Carlsbad with the upset over Alamogordo. Let's get to the highlights now. District 2, La Cueva Bears at the Sandia Matadors. Matadors after a second league win. Bears seeking the first, threatening. Lucas Silver crashing into the end zone to tie the game at 7. Then it would be Sandia on the move, and Sandia would be working the clock. This one goes to Jimmy Gallegos. Run caps off a 13-play drive that ate up 8 minutes and grabbed the Matadors a narrow 14-7 advantage. Then Sandia with the ball and a chance to ice the game on a 4th and 2. Fake punt, snuffed out from the beginning. Bear defense coming up and making the stop, giving the ball to their offense with 2 minutes and change. Clock becomes the enemy now. This deep ball coming up from Chris Campbell somehow finds the hands of his receiver with the coverage draped on him. Tick, 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 under a minute now. Bears running up to the line. Campbell looks one way, throws as his man breaks the route, and a superb diving catch at the 1-yard line by Noah Hill. 4th down and goal. Ball on the line, and Campbell hands it off on the counter sweep. Hesitation, touchdown. 1-point game. Bears decide they're going to play for 2 and play to win it. Going for 2 after the touchdown, and the defense of Sandia making a stand. Sandia gets the 1-point victory. You see how close it was, 14-13. Matadors over the Bears. District 5, Valley trying to stop the slide and finally pick up a district win. The Vikings playing Albuquerque High tonight. Plenty of offense in this game. Valley's opening drive, and Michael Barboa takes it around the tackle, gets a key block on the outside, glides into the end zone for the opening score. Albuquerque High now decides it's their turn, and it doesn't take long for Narki Vadasau to call his own number, goes through a Valley defender en route to pay dirt. And after a goal line stop by their D, Bulldogs back with the ball, short pass to the right, and that's Santiago Williams, folks. Say goodbye because Williams hit the second level, leaves everyone. Coach Marcelli not happy about seeing this because that's a touchdown for Albuquerque High. However, Valley would answer, and this time it would be Barboa. And Barboa decides to take it inside this time, and Barboa's going to take it and shed would-be tacklers, gets in for his second touchdown in as many drives. However, doesn't take long for the Bulldogs to reclaim the lead. 2 plays later, a blur out of the backfield. Victor Hernandez, did you see him? Yep, streaking to the end zone like his life depended on it. Albuquerque High goes on to win it in a shootout, 63-44. All right, this is that scoreboard you saw earlier. Carlsbad with the upset of Alamogordo. Alamogordo only 1 loss going up against Carlsbad, and that was to Titletown, the Artesia Bulldogs. Milwaukee falls to Robertson. West Las Vegas knocked off by Taos, and Capital better than Del Norte, 22-17. Time for the game of the week where the top team in the state would take aim at a district rival. Jared is here and knows all about the winner between Cleveland and Volcano Vista. Jared.
Thanks, Van. Yep, the 7-0 Cleveland Storm looked to get 2-0 in district play against the 5-3 Volcano Vista Hawks, who were coming off their first district loss to Rio Rancho last week. With that said, let's get to the coaches' keys to the game.
We've preached all week, you learn more from games like that than you do others. So we've learned from it. Hopefully we've learned and moved on. I think we're going to have to control the football. We're going to have to get first downs, keep their offense off the field, and do a good job of keeping their big plays under control.
We got to slow down that big play offense, and Josh Williams and his receiving core and those running backs are really good, so we're going to have to find a way to slow them down a little bit. No way we can contain them. Got to slow them down, and offensively, we've got to be smart with our possessions and move the ball and get first downs.
Play right now as hard as you've ever known. You got that? Yes, sir. Break down. Here comes that.
The Hawks came out pumped on their senior night. They also showed up on D early, forcing the Storm to a field goal in their opening drive, making it 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. Same score, second quarter now, and the Hawks are on the prowl. Josh Williams scrambles out of the pocket and chucks a dart deep downfield into the hands of Jordan Dickey. Kiss him goodbye. He's in for the go-ahead touchdown, 49 yards on the play. Volcano fans were just flipping out, literally, as they go up 7-3 after the PAT, but here come the Storm. Following drive, Gabe Ortega drops back and links up with who else but Marcus Williams. Look at the grab, keeping the foot in for the touch, Ortega to Williams. I call it the Cleveland connection. The Storm would score again, making it 17-7. The Hawks weren't done yet. Williams on the run. Hits his go-to, David Cormier, and he says, "Excuse me," as he goes in for the 6. 19 yards for the score, making it 17-14. But Cleveland would bring the Storm in the second half, winning big 54-20 as you see Sam Nieto punching another one here. They battled to 8-0 overall on the year.
I think we're doing really well. We settled down defensively. We're playing pretty well, tackling well, forcing third and long, second and long situations, and we're winning third down. That's the important thing.
The Storm also better to 2-0 in district play. Let's now get back to Van Tate, who still has more from tonight. Van.
Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Landry Jones will want to know the results of this game. His beloved alma mater, the Artesia Bulldogs, had a bye week last week, so did their opponent tonight, Roswell. The two battling to keep a spot on top of District 4-5-8 tonight. Coyotes off to a good start, being the first to put any points on the board, and it would be the senior. After the dog pile, the senior from Roswell High, Jacob Miley, coming into your living room as he breaks the plane 7-0. Roswell, then the Bulldogs with the ball. Quarterback Justin Howdling to Ethan Duff, but he fumbles the football. It comes ripped out, and guess who has it? Yep, the Coyotes recover the ball. Roswell with the early lead, and the Artesia Bulldogs trying to get something going. Isaiah Weideman putting the Bulldogs on the board. And we're back in business if you're a Bulldog. Bulldogs with the ball again. Howdling with the ball, looking for an open man, throws it to David Barlow. And watch this. Ball's going to be tipped and finds the hands of Roswell's Dominic Anaya. But Barlow gets the ball somehow and runs in for the touchdown. Late in the second quarter, Bulldogs, Howdling gives it to Anthony Fuentes, who runs in for the touchdown. Artesia, as you can see, getting into the end zone early and often. They win it 47-39. Undefeated St. Pius at Moriarty. St. Pius coming out, and the Moriarty cheerleaders there to greet everyone. First quarter we start, and first play after a punt. Drew Ortiz dropping back, 15-yard pass, and Dylan Lorenzo says, "It's not going just 15, I'm about to add 70 more." Dylan going all the way to the end zone after his leg is pulled, made it 7-0 Pius. Second quarter, Moriarty decides to give home fans something. Nicholas Young hands off to Seth Casillo. Castillo gets about 15 on this play. That keeps the chains moving. And this time, Young, back to throw, finds Jake Flaming. And that's a long play downfield. Falls down, didn't get all the way to the end zone, but it did make for a happy sideline. And it also led to this. Young passing to who? The man who's on fire. Flaming again. This one's a touchdown. It would be Moriarty protecting home field, winning 21-14, handing the Sartans their first loss of the season. On the high school football scoreboard, Clayton better than Tucumcari. Hatch Valley beats Cobre Magdalena in a shutout over Cloudcroft. Check that score a couple of times, and that's the correct score. Laguna 58-6 over Cuba. Before the game, Berlin and Los Lunas got together to talk to tailgate about college. The second annual Gear Up program had representatives from a variety of colleges to answer questions, school and career opportunities. Also, lots of food was on hand and one chili roaster. You know they play for it whenever the two meet. Yes, the beloved chili roaster out. We're going to pick up this game in the second quarter with the Tigers up 21-0 over the Eagles. Eagles driving, and it's Thomas Wisniewski calling his number, going in for the score, 21-6. Next, Eagles drive, Wisniewski looking for someone deep. Lets it fly, and this ball is going to be tipped and intercepted by Christian Brewster. Brewster bringing it out. Nope, just goes down. Tigers come out hungry. Anthony Sanchez deep over the middle, hitting Trevor Brohard. If your name is Brohard, you're doing something hard. First down right there. Then it'll be Sanchez going to the far sideline, hitting Martin Trujillo for the score, 28-6 Tigers. Eagles trying to score before the half. Wisniewski throwing a screen to Aiden Contreras, but he fumbles the ball. Tigers, guess who's there? Brohard picks up the ball, takes it to the house, 35-6. Brohard balling tonight. Love is in the air at halftime. A Tiger and an Eagle officially engaged on the 50-yard line at halftime. Are you kidding me? No, look at the ring. Looks nice, too. Eagles, Aiden Contreras, as the action gets started. The handoff runs off to the races, out of bounds, though, didn't get all the way in. And then it would be Wisniewski dropping back, And this time, he's going to go over the middle. Mateo Romero hauling in the pigskin for the score, but his Los Lunas holding on, winning the game 42-28. The Rio Rancho Rams just added another victory to stay undefeated in District 1 6A last night. It's bittersweet because they also lost one of the top running backs in the state to injury in the win over Cibola. Josh Foley is out for the season after suffering a break in his left fibula and tendon damage. The shifty running back has averaged well over 100 yards per game for most of the season. He is expected back in time for a track season. Now, Foley is also a state hurdle champion. Our Jared Chester will have his latest highlights coming up in the rewind later in the show. Back to the action, District 3 6A, Mayfield Trojans hosting the Deming Wildcats. Mayfield cheer team doing work. The team on the field, well, that would be Joe Ray Valencia handing off to Isaac Vance. And you know how fancy Isaac Vance is. A little shift, a little move, 20-yard touchdown, 7-0 Trojans, just that easy. Then it would be more Vance, and this time Vance says he wants a little bit more variety. He doesn't want a 20-yard touchdown, he wants a long one. Vance is going to decide this one should go about 70 yards. The big hole upfield and nothing but green grass in front. He gets into the end zone for the 70-yarder, 14-0 Mayfield. As you can see, Mayfield is not having any trouble, but they're going to get on the board again. And this time, it was going to be Joe Ray Valencia looking to throw it. And Noah Pierce is going to be his guy. Noah Pierce making the haul, and Noah Pierce into the end zone. That looked too easy. Mayfield wins the game big, 54-13 over Deming. District 4 6A, Hobbs and Clovis trying to keep pace with Alamogordo. Isaac Amaya to David Beard for Hobbs. Touchdown. Game would go back and forth. Tied at 7 later when Seth Lopez of Clovis goes long on his wheels all the way to the house. 14-7 Clovis. Look, he decided to slow it down. This was fast motion when I edited it. 14-7 Clovis after he broke the plane. Eagles decide to tie. It would be Amaya going to Beard again, but it would be Clovis pulling away in the second half to win it 38-20. Highlights courtesy of Todd Bailey, sports editor of the Hobbs News. We need to take a break. A lot of show is left. Perfection hits the V as the Centennial Jaguars make a stop at Valencia. And Drumline is not just a movie, but reality on this show. The El Dorado Eagles in the house. First, check out our cheerleaders of the week.